enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch.
So a little one-person trampoline. Very,
if I screen shared it, like there's no excuse. Like phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Talk to Taryn Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. I need to switch that intro up and start saying you and I, because I'm trying to apply all of these myself. I know we go through a lot of topics, but this is supposed to be fun, personal development, starting the day off right. We're about building momentum here. And to get just along with that, you might catch the name in the title. It's what I don't like about the Liver King. We're going to talk about the Liver King a little bit. He is an iconic social media personality. He got a lot of flack because the dude took a bunch of steroids and essentially lied about it. But he built this program up off of something called the 9 Ancestral Tenets. The 9 Ancestral Tenets. So this is supposed to embody. I'm going to share my screen so you can see this dude. He looks like it was very clear that he was juicing the whole time. I think he wasn't really fooling anybody. Let's go ahead and share my screen. So this is the guy. This is homie over here. So this is Liver King. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't look too small for you. So let's kind of zoom in. Okay. Yeah. So the dude's jacked out of his mind. And essentially the point being, we're going to be talking about the 9 Ancestral Tenets today. So it's just kind of his list of values or rules or principles, or however you would want to phrase it. But essentially, the guy's super popular in the fitness industry. This article did a nice job of explaining kind of what's going on, but this is a blueprint for how to adopt an ancestral lifestyle to optimize health and well-being. So that is the point of this, is to improve your health and well-being. And there's a bunch of arguments to this, like, oh, being like our ancestors, these people only lived to like 31, but they didn't have processed foods and this and that and plastics and all this other stuff that's been developed into the modern world today. So there's always a point to argue and pick apart. So we're going to do our best to just be open-minded, right? Let's think about these principles. I don't give a crap if this dude's on steroids or not. You can still learn from a lot of the social media personalities that I listen to about fitness and nutrition. A lot of them are on the juice. It's natural. I mean, it's not natural, but it's becoming so commonplace nowadays that just because you take steroids doesn't mean you just blow up and get jacked. You don't just take steroids, sneeze, and get a six-pack, unfortunately. It is very helpful. I've never taken it myself, but a lot of my friends have, and they claim that it's pretty crazy, the recovery process and all that. But let's without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Ancestral Tenets. So this is a list of 9 Ancestral Tenets. And we're just going to go through each one. I'm going to explain what I like about it a little bit. And then you in your own position, like, oh, I've been thinking about this a little bit. I'd like to improve it. Or if there's any things you want to share with your friends or kind of do some more research on, please feel free to do so. So without further ado, the first ancestral tenet is eating. Eating. So Liver King talks a lot about getting our bodies crave nutrients like dense foods, like animal organs. So animal organs, this is a little bit on the extreme side. I personally don't really eat any animal organs, but I do like the ancestral tenet of just eating and being more proactive on and understanding the things that you eat, getting higher amounts of protein. It's really common for people not to get enough protein in the day. Unless you eat a lot of meat, it can be very tough, or you're trying to find the supplements. So maybe you're just thinking of how you want to maybe mix up your foods, or maybe there's other healthy, nutrient dense foods that you could implement or that you've been wanting to implement. I have never really eaten animal organs, but it makes total sense when you look in the animal kingdom. This is not human based, but, or even in America, when you look at a lot of really intelligent animals, like what would be one of the most intelligent animals in the world? It would be like a killer whale, and then they kill things like they kill small, like baby whales, like blue whales, small humpback whales. They even kill sharks, like great white sharks and other sharks, species like that, seals, and they eat the liver first. It's kind of odd, weird ritual for a lot of them, and I'm sure some animal expert could pick me apart on this, but it seems on all the documentaries that I watch, because I love that kind of stuff, they're always eating. A lot of animals really eat the organs, and it makes sense because this is where the nutrients are passing through. So if you ever considered eating organs or try it, I would try it. I don't know if I'd like it. I'd like it to be some cultural thing, or say if I'm traveling, I don't want to jack my stomach up or something like that. You want to be very careful, discretion advised, right? But just thinking of ways that we can get healthier meats, or if you are going to eat meat, trying to go a healthier route, or if you're trying to think of other supplements that have these type of nutrient dense vitamins and minerals in them to help you. But I do like the first ancestral tenets, just being more conscious about what you're eating, and to put a stamp on it. It's like, okay, the word eat, let's go with minimize. More natural from Mother Earth is probably better, and less processed food is probably better. So we'll take it from that lens, or that's how I'm taking it. That's ancestral tenet number 1, being a lot more conscious about what it is that we eat. Ancestral tenet number 2 is a topic that we're not new to here on the show, is sleep, getting the right sleep. Are you going to bed at the right time? Are you getting up at the right time? Lately, it's been a little gray outside, man, and I don't know if that's just making me want to sleep more, but it's been tougher the last week for me to get up and get at them, and it's kind of been weighing on me a little bit. I have a personal coaching session today. I'm going to talk about it there and kind of try and do some meditation work and this and that. But I've also been doing some therapy for, not therapy, but just using tanning beds. That's been helping with the gray weather for me. Gray weather kicks my ass, man. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like this heavy weight, and it sucks and it's tough. But sleeping more has been very helpful this winter. I've been sleeping more. I quit drinking alcohol, and I've been using the tanning bed, and that's been really helpful. So a combination of things. It's way better this winter than it was last winter. Last winter was horrible, but this winter. So just my point is going back to sleep, making sure that we're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Maybe you need a little more. I tend to need a little more. Or just trying to mix up your sleep schedule. The most important thing is just being very consistent with this. Being very consistent. That includes weekends. If you can sleep the same time as you do on the weekends as you do during the week, you'll be blown away with how much more energy you have and how much better you feel overall. It's incredible. Humans are just exhausted. You know that commercial America runs on Dunkin', like the coffee commercial, how America... We probably wouldn't need nearly as much caffeine if we just had a regular sleep cycle, but that's enough about sleep. Making sure that we get it, very important. First one, number 1, eating. Number 2 is sleeping. Number 3 is move, exercise. We already had that on our tips for yesterday, so we're not going to go too deep into this, but making sure that we are moving. And this, I like how he references talking about getting outside and moving, this is very reasonable advice. Liver King often goes on for 30 to 45-minute walks outside. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on going for long walks. It's not super hard on your knees and your hips and your joints, and your body's just like meant to do that. to just walk in a very subtle pace for a long period of time, and doing 30 to 45-minute walks outside, even better, and how it kind of goes with a lot of these other. Okay, number 3, move. Number 4, connect. So this one I didn't like as much because he's essentially just promoting his supplements. And, you can't, a salesman's not going to bag on another salesman. I got my stuff to sell as well. But at the same time, it's just kind of funny that he says our modern world strips our bodies of essential nutrients like fat-soluble vitamins and minerals. So I will agree with just getting more vitamins and minerals is usually never a bad thing, whether it's within our water. I personally take athletic greens. I think I've been feeling a difference. Placebo is a powerful thing, but I feel better when I take athletic greens. It feels like I have a little more pull on my movement. I feel a little more awake, or at least the placebo is working for me. Shout out to Athletic Greens. They do not sponsor the show. I wish they would. But getting your vitamins and minerals is the main point I wanted to talk about here, and connect. So just connect. In the modern world, your body is constantly under attack by viruses, processed foods, seed oils, EMFs, negative energy, etc. It's important to boost your immune system with ancestral supplements. So yeah, he's putting his supplements out there a little bit, but I still like the contact of like, yes, less processed foods and more vitamins and minerals. Okay. Next one is Ancestral Tenet is called Shield. Shield. So Shield is Liver King's 5th ancestral tenet. He says most people are completely disconnected from nature and the outdoors. So just getting connected with the outdoors. This disconnect has a negative impact on our overall quality of life, as the outdoors are absolutely essential for your health and overall well-being. I haven't been on a trip in a long time. I haven't been on the outdoors in a long time, it feels like, and I can feel it in a bee, or I can at least remember the times when I am outside, I am doing this type of stuff, that I do feel really good afterwards. There's something that coats over my body, makes me feel really good, makes me feel energetic and alive. So getting outside. So just getting outside, you talked about exercise and move in number 3, and then going for those longer walks. But also so just trying to get outdoors as much as possible, which makes sense. Okay, Ancestral Tenet number 6. Rolling right through these. Hope this is helpful. That kind of cool to remind ourselves that a lot of the stuff, getting outside, less processed foods, moving, it's like this stuff all makes sense. Where can you and I incorporate this into our own lives, right? Ancestral Tenet number 6, cold. So this man talks about just the human body being very extremely resilient. And I've been personally going into our river nearby where the it's really cold in the river. And then we have a sauna. So I've been doing really cold and really hot therapy once or twice a week. And the main benefit that I've gotten from doing this is that like my joints, like my elbows, my wrists, my hips and stuff, when I'm lifting weights, don't hurt nearly as bad. Like it's a really nice inflammation flush. So that feels really good. So maybe you're thinking about, okay, maybe I could try taking a cold shower. Maybe I could try taking a really hot shower and then making it really cold. Or maybe I could think about taking a cold bath if you have a tub available. Or maybe at one of the facilities, if you live in my area, the weight room facility or the big fitness complex close to us, they have saunas. I don't think they have cold tubs, but there's the river right here if you ever want to join me in that. But extreme cold and extreme heat temperatures are good for the body. And I've personally been trying to implement this a lot. And that's why I listed in the show notes that it is one of my favorites right now. Next ancestral tenet, number 7, is sun. We touched on this a little bit earlier. And this one's huge for me right now because, man, I don't have to, but I've been using a tanning bed, and that's been helping tremendously. The gray weather is really tough on me, and it just shows the importance of the sun and how grateful I really am of getting out and feeling some sunshine on my face. If the sun's out at all, I am 100% trying to go for a walk out in the sun. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm trying to do that. That makes me feel really good. There's something about vitamin D that fuels my body like no other. I don't know if it's just I'm deficient or I need to take supplements. I should probably look into that. But Ancestral Tenet number 7, sun, is probably my absolute favorite. If not, I love the sun so much. And there's something, if it just reminds us to get outside a little more and feel the sun, or get some vitamin D, or look for alternatives such as supplements, tanning beds, or something. But I know this has had a huge impact on me personally. Ancestral Tenet number 8, fight. How I took this one is like, if you're just pushing your body in a little bit of an intense way, this is good for us. To be uncomfortable, to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. We hear that all the time in personal development. But I think of a great opportunities to do this. You can practice this in this article. This guy's explaining the 8th tenet of fight: going on hikes outside, camping outdoors, or any number of outdoor activities. Again, this is very outdoor heavy. Like, this is ancestral. Think of our ancestors. They weren't working in offices or working at home, like doing that for months at a time. A lot of the work was forced to be outside, to grow food, to take care, create clothing, and all that. The very basics of life forced you to be outside quite a bit. So his push is to get us to be resilient and to toughen up and to get outside and to do these things more often, which makes a bunch of sense. I know personally, I feel massive amounts of energy when I am outside, when I am camping outdoors, when feeling the sun on my face. A lot of this makes sense. And just being more aware, raising awareness to this to help with us improve. And the last one, Ancestral Tenant bond. I like how I put this for the last one because I think this plays a huge major role. This is connecting with our family. This is connecting with our friends. This is connecting with good morning. Good morning. Thanks for tuning into our show this morning. Connects with the people who we love and care about most. We are designed to live in a community of people with a common purpose and like-minded values. You want to be around people who are doing what you want to be doing, who love what you love, share those common values, have differing skill sets, and humans are social creatures. So just maybe this is a good reminder for us to go outside, to get out, meet with somebody. Maybe we're going on a walk with a friend. Maybe we're going to go meet up with some family to eat a good meal, to eat something moderately healthy. Maybe we're just practicing something new. Maybe we're joining a new community or a new group to kind of mix it up and to increase our ability to connect with others, improve our connecting skills overall. But you can see how bond can be a great staple in all of our lives and this and that. Okay, I'm going to remove this screen over here and get back. So we wrapped up the show. The biggest things that I would take away from this are eliminating processed foods, trying to do our best to get rid of processed foods, trying to inject things like vitamins and minerals. We kind of trick out our water, and I'm trying to drink copious amounts of water. I know that has been making me feel a lot better lately, drinking a lot of water. Just bonding with my family. I'm seeing my family a lot more now. And also just strengthening a relationship with my wonderful, amazing girlfriend. Makes me feel really good. Making events with friends. Setting a new, this fight one, wrap up, just getting out. One of my goals to maybe, so you can think of an example for your own goal, is my goal is I'm planning a trip in next month to go with my brother, to go camping, to go outside, to kind of feel this, to embrace on this kind of stuff, and to kind of refresh myself on this, to feel really good about it. So that's what I'm trying to apply, but these are the overall traits. This is what I liked and didn't like from the Liver King. If you look him up, there will be a bunch of hoopla about him on steroids and this and that. It's always going to take a lot of hard work, and the dude's got a pretty sharp intellect, so I give him the nod. But he did lie about quite a few things, and once you lie, you're a liar. It's hard to come back. I mean, you can be a liar who's telling the truth, but People tend to label you as a liar, so you got to be really careful of that. Don't do that. Don't lie publicly online. That shit will come back to bite you in the butt, especially if you start making a bunch of money. No one likes when you start making a lot of money. So these were tips from the Liver King that I really liked. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I thought he was just an interesting character, and I wanted to kind of go over the dude, but that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, amazing, try and get outside, try and walk, try and eat healthier, try and get some more of the sun, get some vitamin D. Let's try and be better people today so we can help other people do the same and keep grinding away and keep chipping away at our projects, growing our businesses and our priorities. Thanks, everyone. I'm out of here. I will be back here with another episode tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we will be going live at 7 a.m. Central Time with another episode of the Talk to Taryn Morning Show. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this morning. I'll catch you all on the next episode. Have an amazing, fun-filled Tuesday. I know I will. So catch you later. Stay accountable. Until